I'm Nikki and welcome to my channel. Today I have a wonderful topic that I want to let you guys know about. How did I lose 50 pounds?
Losing weight is difficult under normal circumstances. You gotta exercise, you gotta be disciplined with your food choices, and so much more. So when compounded with pregnancy, a C-section, and Graves' disease, that drastically reduces the odds. In today's video, I'm going to give you 8 tips that I use to lose 50 pounds in 3 months after having a C-section while being a Graves' disease patient and being high risk. Graves' disease is an autoimmune disease that results in an overproduction of thyroid hormones or hyperthyroidism. Your immune system mistakenly attacks your thyroid. It affects your metabolism, heat toleration, it gives you goiter, bulging eyes, eczema, heart palpitations, and so much more. The long and short of it, it is harder to lose weight when you have this condition and you're high risk, you have a C-section. And so I was still able to lose 50 pounds in 3 months with these tips.
Not really a tip that I have, but I started myself on folic acid 8 months before I conceived, and that prepared my womb for delivery by giving me all the nutrients. And I'm going to leave some information above to tell you the benefits of folic acid. And so that's the first thing I did, and I started to exercise to make sure that I had the right weight to allow me to get pregnant. And then from there on, after getting pregnant, then I had to plan myself throughout my pregnancy, and I planned my afterbirth. So the biggest reason I believe that I lost weight was because I breastfed. Breastfeeding is very important for several reasons. Breastfeeding is the best milk or the best food for your baby. It nourishes them, and I secretly believe that it makes them smarter. And so I didn't want to just formula feed my child, and so I made sure that the breastfeeding process was something that took place, and you had to learn how to make the baby latch on to your breast and stuff like that. And so I was consistent and persistent that I was going to breastfeed because I knew that was the best way of pulling in my stomach, and it certainly. As a matter of fact, guys, I breastfed for 1.5 years, and that really helped to pull my stomach in because, as you can see in the pictures, my stomach was really extended throughout the pregnancy, and that causes a condition known as Diastases Recti, and that is something I'm going to discuss later on. And so guys, you definitely have to pull your stomach back into its natural form by breastfeeding, and the suction that the baby does definitely pulls your stomach. I realized after giving birth that I could not walk, and so I literally had to teach myself how to walk again. And so that's why 4 days after having the baby, I started walking around my community, and I did up to 8 laps, and I just kept on walking. So as soon as you're able to, my advice, if you want to snap back and to lose your weight, is to start walking ASAP. And I walked my way back to my regular weight in almost 6 weeks. When I returned to the gynecologist for my 6-week checkup, I was a totally different person. He said, wow, I didn't recognize. Anybody who wants to lose weight, whether or not you had a C-section, I advise walking. Walking is the best way to shed the weight quickly, and then you could do your weightlifting and so forth for toning. But definitely walking, especially for C-section persons, because you cannot do any heavy exercise. You cannot do anything that's going to potentially harm your womb or prevent you from healing properly. So I took my time and I walked gently until I could walk briskly. And I just kept walking, and the more I walked was the better I recovered, the sooner I recovered, because I walked and I walked and I walked. Tip number 3, guys, this tip is crucial. we're gonna need pain medication after you've had the baby because it's gonna be very painful, especially with the C-section scar. There's itching and there's irritability and there is pain. But what I discovered is that I needed to poop, and the more you poop was the flatter your stomach became. And if I kept taking the medication, I realized that I was being constipated and there was no bowel action. And so although this may be TMI, I had to stop taking the medication. I had to bear the pain. And the more I did that was the more I had a bowel action and the more I was able to go to the bathroom and the quicker my belly started to get flat. Trust me guys, these tips are better than gold. These tips are better than... Tip number 4 is Diastases Recti exercise. What is Diastases Recti, you may ask? Let me tell you. Diastases recti is what happens to your abdominals where it has a separation because your belly was expanding to accommodate a baby. And so guys, your belly is not going to go back to normal because that gap is going to be left. And the only way to get rid of that gap is to do targeted exercises that get that gap closed. And so if you do regular abs, that's a no-no. If you do regular abs, that's a no. I have pictures included in this to show you some of the targeted exercises that I did in order to get my abs back together. And so it's something that you could continually do even if you've had the baby for years. You could still do diastasis recti and repair your abdominal wall that's separated, and that's the best way to get the flattest stomach that you need after you're having your... Tip number 5 guys is clean eating. Of course you cannot just go have a baby and just eat a Whopper. No. And so make healthier choices after you give birth, and that should help you definitely to get back your body weight and to get back to your natural size. The quicker the better. So clean eating, no sugar, no carbs, just as much veggies as you can, and just things that will nourish the baby. And tip number 6 guys is drink plenty of water. The best way to flush out all of the fat and all of the meds and all those things that happen during pregnancy is to drink lots of water and go to the bathroom, pee them out. That's the best way. And even now when I have bad skin, I drink plenty of water and I go to the bathroom, and that helps my skin to clear up because you're getting rid of the impurities. So water. Another thing that helped me to pull my stomach back to its natural form was to wear a post-pregnancy belt. And I bought this before I gave birth, and as soon as I was able to wear it, I did. Even though I had bandages that had covered up my C-section, I put on the post-pregnancy waist, and it really brought my stomach back in. And so for anybody who's pregnant, and just prepare by buying your band ahead of time and wearing it as much as possible, and that helps to bring you back to your normal. Tip number 8, and the most important one also guys, is to be patient with yourself. Everybody is not going to lose weight at the same rate, and so don't compare yourself to celebrities. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's body chemistry is different. And so what I did was I was still patient with myself. I wore a lot of jackets to camouflage my weight gain, and as the more I got smaller was the less I wore bigger clothing. And then when I felt more comfortable, I started to wear the clothes that I used to wear before my pregnancy, and in little no time I was back into my regular clothes. But before that, I had to help my self-image along by wearing the jackets. I was able to look at myself with the mirror in which I viewed myself before I had a baby. I thought it was very important to share these because one of the things that makes us depressed and have postpartum depression is just looking at ourselves after having a baby. There's nothing like seeing that body after a baby. It's the most depressing thing in the world. No matter how strong you are or how much of a good self-image you have, seeing your body after having a baby is the worst, most depressing thing in the world. And so the quicker you can get yourself back to normal is the better you have, a better chance you have for having a healthy post-pregnancy. Found these tips useful, guys. What are you waiting for? Become a part of the Nickilicious Nicky family and hit that subscription sign. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload more quality videos such as these. Videos that inform you and help you, you know, just to have a better self-image and to just have a better quality of life. And so, guys, if you enjoyed it, subscribe. Until next time, bye.